Everybody, it's Tim Hagen, and I'm not going to put myself on camera. I want to really focus on the content, and I'm only going to use a couple slides, but I think what is really, really important is to share with everybody when you think about self-awareness and you think about what are the trends, and you think about everything going on with AI and everybody having an opinion on everything, and you think about our political divide, certainly in the United States, you know, are we really aware of how we're perceived? Are we really coming off and showing up and being present like we'd want to be? So, what are some of the statistics with self awareness? First of all, 76% of people are at their most motivated state when they're progressing. But when we call people into the office, what do employees typically see or have said to them? It's usually constructive feedback. It's usually, uh-oh, I must be in trouble. Number two, 21% of people are actively engaged in the workplace, according to Gallup, meaning the rest are neutral or actively disengaged, meaning they're negative. Third, people engage 8 times more when we lead with the good stuff that they do. Yet when we ask people to look in the mirror, we typically say, here's what you're doing wrong. That doesn't mean it's wrong when we do that. It's just that if it's the only thing people hear, guess what happens? It just wears people down. It cultivates resistance. It cultivates pushback. And then people don't want to become aware. So when you think about self-awareness, it can either disable you or enable you. Now, Tasha Eurich, and I should have put this number down, in her survey, 95% of people said, yes, I'm highly self-aware. When she tested them, only 10% were. That means 85% of people significantly lack self-awareness. Just take a second and absorb that. If you're a leader with 10 employees, 8.5 are going to lack self-awareness. Go up to a sales group and tell them they need to go to sales training. Anybody look excited? When was the last time you gave someone constructive feedback and they said, you're right, my attitude's terrible? Teamwork. Well, it's not me, it's her, it's him. We don't look in the mirror very well. And for 34 years, I've run this company called Progress Coaching, and I've said it for 34 years. Coaching's a 2-step process. Number one, it's getting someone to look in the mirror. Step 2, it's taking action on number 1, which number 1, most people don't arbitrarily do on their own. So when leaders give us feedback, when leaders point out things, what happens? It's usually met with resistance. And what that does is it disables personal and professional development. So no matter what, you're not going to be able to be a better learner, better teammate, better leader, a better feedback receptor if you're not willing to cultivate self-awareness. And it's about looking in the mirror and being really honest. In Tasha Eurich's book, I actually went through it in Audible, and I've actually somewhat been in touch with her. Don't know her well, but I love her work. She has a PhD in clinical psychology, or industrial psychology, excuse me. And, one of the things you can do are 360-degree assessments. And I'm sure some of you have done these where you get feedback and you get scores and you get them from your peers or people in your organization. Now, I will tell you as an outsider what I typically hear, not everybody. And by the way, I am certified in doing EQ 360s for emotional intelligence. Most of the time, people will push back and wonder who said it and not focus on what was said. Let me tell you a little bit of my history. So when I was at IBM, I had a boss by the name of Martha Sheffield. This is over 40 years ago. And Martha said something to me once that I'll never forget. And I want you to hear the words and put yourself in my shoes and then ask yourself, gosh, how would I feel if I heard that if I were Tim? So what she did is she brought me in one day and I was showing an attitude. I was pushing back and I was a college student. It was in a college co-op and it was awesome. It actually changed my life, but that's the end of the story, not this part of the story. And You needed a 3.8 to get into that internship program. I was a 2.1 back from a 0.7. Oh, did I have people helping me? And I was pushing back. I was copying an attitude. I was resistant. I was showing rolling of eyes, folding my arms. So finally she brought me in one day and she said, I want to say some things to you you're not going to like. And you have the choice to receive them and you have the choice to rebuttal them, but it is a choice. You are never going to impress anybody with your intelligence. I'll never forget it. How would you feel if you heard that? In that moment, I was red. I was embarrassed. And when she said that, I was angry. And she said, let me explain. She said, somebody after college is going to want to see your transcripts and know your GPA. You're digging out of a hole, but it's still not going to impress anybody in the end. So you have to find ways to creatively position yourself to differentiate yourself from other people. By the way, she was right. I still think that way to this day. I don't think I'm overly academically bright. I don't think I'm as bright as other people in my field. I spend time with a Ken Blanchard. That's a bright man. I don't know if I'm in his league. I'm okay with that. But I'll fight like heck to help employees and leaders. And I'm a really good coach of coaches. But I go back to that in that moment when I felt angry. And then when she explained it, she said, so you have a choice, Tim. Become a learner. Go get feedback before someone needs to give it to you. How would people describe you as a teammate, Tim? And I just sat there. By the time I left IBM, I was ahead of the college students. I became the head mentor coach of the college students. I was the lowest person on the totem pole, certainly due to my grades. So self-awareness is at the forefront. It's really the first step, whether it's learning, feedback, teamwork, career progression. I mean, think about this as another example. How many times have we talked to people when somebody doesn't get the job and they say, but I'm really happy for the other person. They were more qualified. It's rare, right? So it really puts us in a tough spot. So what we've done here at Progress Coaching, because of everything I just shared with you, we have created a very unique approach to this. And it's about building self-awareness consistently. So what we do is we give you a link that's unique to you. You send it out to people of your choice. You then get a private URL of results, meaning when the results come in, you'll actually see the perception people have of you, whether it's teamwork, communication, your ability to handle conflict, how you show up conversationally. And then what we do is we create a summary data and strategy plan for you. We then create a self-coaching plan for you to administer, but we can also build a coaching plan specific to the results for your manager to administer. So when we have assessments, there's a lot of output. And so there's a unique opportunity with AI and automation. So when we think about the F10, what we're really doing is we're looking at getting 10 sets of feedback or more, thus the term feedback 10. So when you think about all the things that you can do to build self-awareness and build self-awareness around you, it is a practice. It is a commitment. It is something that we have to be dedicated to. Till this day, do I still feel like at times I get defensive when I get feedback I don't agree with? Absolutely. It's called human nature, human behavior. So what the F10 is, it's cultivated around getting feedback from people you've invited to give it to you. We set the whole thing up for you. So when you think about all the numbers I put together here for you, when we think 85% of people significantly lack in self-awareness, most people don't even own mirrors. So what team members have, they've got only 21% who are engaged, or leaders have only 21% of people engaged. 85% of people lack self-awareness. And that disables the ability to tighten the team, to become a great learner, to become a great receiver of feedback. It absolutely can disable someone's personal and professional development. So what I would encourage you to do after this is you can put into the chat, you can message me on LinkedIn and say F10. That's all you have to put. I will send you a sample assessment and then corresponding strategies that we built. And then we'll get in touch with you. But put that in there. So I would just share with you feedback 10 is we've been cultivating this for about 7 years. This can literally put feedback, self-awareness, teamwork, becoming a better learner on absolute autopilot.